Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to my channel today. I have a very special guest, Jeanー Charles Moyen. Jeanー Charles Moyen, thank you very much for coming to my show.
Thank you very much to receive me.
Thank you. Jeanー Charles, I'm doing your conference in Japan, so I'm interviewing today. But for the viewers, I just would like to explain a little bit about myself first. Okay. I translated this book, the best-selling book, The Secret. But I used to be a diplomatic wife since age 22, so I've been traveling all over the world. And in 2016, my husband was ambassador to Denmark and Switzerland. But at that time, I was checking with my iPhone, and all the people in Geneva were supporting Hillary. But in the bathtub, I found out that no, it's Trump. And in 2001, when 9/11 happened, I saw with my own eyes that the plane, which was supposed to go down on Shanksville, I think it's the third or fourth plane, and I saw with my own eyes, there's no wreckage of the plane. So, wow, there wasn't any plane that went down. So that's very strange. And also there was a bang, bang, bang. The firefighters from the building said they heard a bomb in the building. So I thought, wow, this is not what they tell us on TV. It's not true. So I've been always doing all these research. And every time something happens, I do deep dive. And I was following President Camelot, Kerry Cassidy, and she was doing all these interviews about the super soldiers and secret space programs. So I know a little bit about secret space program like William Tompkins and super soldiers. But I think around 2020 or something, I've known Dr. Michael Sara for a long time, but I realized that in his channel, he has all these people that really have been into the space physically, and it's on his channel, and he's interviewing them. And then I found about Elena Danaan, and she's so nice, and I was able to interview her and make it into a book. And then she introduced me to you. You remember. So this is the book I did for Elena. And then I interviewed you I think it's 2022. You remember? Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Yes. And I was doing it for a book, but you changed your mind. So I interviewed Tony Rodriguez instead.
Okay.
Because, I was doing all these interviews, and my book, The Truth Seekers, is like these books. And this one, number 1, number 2. And this one was in 2021, right after the election of President Trump. And I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a diplomatic wife. I'm just a regular, ordinary person. But I just had a channel just to introduce The Secret, the DVD. I just had a channel just for this. So I only had like 3,000 subscribers, and I did nothing about it. But in 2020, I found this Tower person posting, saying it's very dangerous. He was very crying. And so I thought, wow, this is interesting. So I put a subtitle of that because it was very interesting. Then it hit like 80,000 or 100,000 views. It really was a mega hit. Wow, now everybody wants this kind of information. So I started posting about and all these doctors warning about this. And then it really became popular. From 3,000, my channel grew to 60,000 subscribers in about 4 months. And I didn't know anything, so I didn't monetize. And I was doing it really every day. And lots of comments, and people were very grateful. And I was posting about President Trump. But then I was writing this because I was interviewing White Hat Paladin and others. And my channel, which was very popular, no monetize, it's all of a sudden disappeared. It disappeared. I got lots of strikes warnings. So I got about 13, and many of my videos have been deleted, but the channel was there. It was not gone. But all of a sudden, without warning, that channel, which I was really working hard, volunteer, just disappeared. Everything which I did for like 5 months, no holiday. Even if I go to vacation in the hotel, I was posting. I was a bit crazy. I wanted to tell people the truth, It's not for money, it's nothing. I just wanted to tell the truth. But so sad when all your hard work, think about your movie, it's disappeared from this planet, everything. And so I was writing this book. And happily, because my channel was popular, this became Amazon #1. So
Congratulations.
I was very lucky because at least I had something, a proof of my work. So that's the reason why I had my 3 channels all disappeared. And I think I'm targeted, I'm marked.
Yes,
yes. Some people are marked. So it's very difficult for me to tell the truth. So I decided to use the book. That's the reason I'm writing the book.
Good idea.
So that's my background. And so thank you to Dr. Michael Salla and Danny Henderson, that all these people like you, the super soldiers and people who have experience in secret space program, have a platform to speak out. And if it's only Elena Danaan, there's no proof that she's telling the truth. But because in Dr. Michael Salla, he has you and Tony Rodriguez and JP and all these people in Danny Henderson in G6, they all get together. So you can verify each other that you're all telling the truth. And that's so exciting, very exciting.
Yes, exactly.
I wanted to go to G6 because my mother was sick. I couldn't go. And Elena said she can come in May. And so that was a big success, I think. So everybody's waiting for you, Jean-Charles, in Japan. So I decided to organize this in November. And you said you wanted me to organize it so much because you wanted to come to Japan. So we're going to have this conference as we planned in November the 15th. Is that okay?
Yes, exactly.
That's my background. So, but you've been working so hard, very, very hard, much more than me. You risk your life. But me too, just an ordinary person, to be sacrificing all my time on YouTube is no money for me, nothing. So, it's very hard work. But I'm so happy that Elena can come and you can come. And, many people cannot travel to G6. It's very expensive and, they don't have time. So it's really lovely that you can come all the way from the opposite side of the planet.
Yes.
So I interviewed you about 4 times, I think. And I'm very curious about your experience when age 4, was it age 2 or 4 in the beach?
4.
4, yes.
Yes.
You disappeared for 1 hour and your parents were really looking for you, and then you just came back. But your memory was erased. And at the age of 5 or 6, you started talking about the experience like you had a dream, but that was your actual experience. And then you had this hypnosis regression. You found out what happened at the age of 4. But I think you don't talk about that very much. And I think when I interviewed you 2 years ago, I thought you said that you met Victor there.
Yes. Yes.
And he has a green face and the red eyes. But I thought you said you were put into like a how do you say? Like a pod, a cylinder?
Yes, a cylinder to transmit my soul into another body.
So that happened when at the age of 4, right?
Yes, at 4, yeah, yes.
And I think I saw that picture, you in this cylinder, a little boy.
Exactly. When I was on the table, surrounded by the 4 beings of light. After that, the light down and another creature enter, another humanoid, and it was Victor. And he take me his hand and he say to me, "Follow me." And I follow him in a great corridor, and we enter in a room. And in this room, there is 2 cylinders. He tell me, enter into this cylinder, and I trust him, not afraid. I enter and I felt inside of me tingling. And when I open my eyes, I say, oh, I look like different. And when I get out the cylinder, I saw my reflection on the bay window of the spaceship. And I was no hair, red eyes too, and green skin. And my name was Luca.
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 But you were 4 years old, but you knew that Victor is your family, or you felt
exactly, because I say into my interview at 12, this is the first time I met Victor on my room, and I don't have afraid, but it wasn't the first time because my memory was erased. So I remember the first time was on the beach when I was 4. And when Victor transferred my soul into the body of Luca, my body of Jean Charles at 4 was sleeping into a cryogenic cylinder. And I began my mission with Victor during a lot of years. And after that, because the time is different in space, you know, so 1 hour on Earth is a few months or few years in space. And we spent time together. We made a lot of things. And after that, he came back to my body, and I was another teleportation into the body of Jean Charles on the beach in the front of my parents, and they erased my memory to don't interfere to when I grow into teenager, and after that my memory came back. But each time I remember when I was young, I described to my dad and my mom, I remember another life when I was young, and I describe Victor, I describe different beings, but it's not, it's not usually, you can't imagine this detail when you are a young boy, especially secret space program. There is 46 years ago. So it's incredible, So I have the proof of this because recently I found on my basement of my office 2 audio tape, vintage tape, 46 years ago, with my voice at 18, spoke about who I was before I came to Earth.
Really?
Could you imagine? This is my new...
You said 46 years ago?
Yes.
At the age of 18?
Exactly. 18. Oh. I record my voice because my life was in danger, and I decide to testimony in case or something happened to me, and I record this, and I lost the tape. And suddenly, there is a few months, I was in my office, and I discovered a box with some paper and some, and oh my God, what is this? But I don't have a player to read this because it's very old. So I must buy on the internet some device to be able to transcribe this. And when I open the record and I push the button player, I was with Melanie and we crying together, but because it's insane. I am now 55 and I was 18 and I spoke my mission. I was Luca. I spoke about my wife was blue skin and I described Lyra. Can you imagine? 46 years before I come to Canada and I met Melanie. So it's unbelievable. And my friend Dan Willis tell me the chronology has changed because you are the first to describe the secret space program 46 years before any whistleblower.
Sorry, so that's 8, at the age of 8, not 18.
18.
But 18 plus 46 years ago, 18 plus 46 is 5. 6, you will be 60.
36.
36 years ago. Yeah.
Excuse me, 36.
So that's why I was surprised. I didn't think
Yes.
65. You have
I'm
not
not
that old.
66. No. I'm more old.
So you see, the universe is preparing, has a plan for you. In
Oh,
the
yes.
timing, you have that tape.
Exactly. And my new documentary name,
The name?
yes, my new documentary was released in July this year. His name is The Secret Records. And inside this secret record, I explain what I found on my basement, and I explain who I was. And in this new documentary, there is a second tape. And this tape, hang on, this tape it's me at 20 on broadcast public on a radio show in France with a guy named Jimmy Gueux, a big ufologist, and I explain what is my life at this moment, the Men in Black, the treatment about me, and a lot of things about my military services, and I describe this at 20. It was 1992. So publicly, I explained my life in 1992 about the secret space program.
Okay, so that's when you were around 18. And then from that, after that, you joined the parachute commando.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you went 20 years into the space.
Exactly. 20 years and more, I guess, because I have some memories. So I guess it was a different parts, I was teenager in space for my training with David Rousseau on the school with another beings. After that, I grow, I develop my power and my abilities. And after that, I go to the military services in a commando parachutist. And this is the second part of my training, because at this moment, I was ready to save the slavery in space, like Tony and a lot of people. We recognize each other now. Tony and me have a strong link, a strong, a bond between us. It's each time I saw Tony, it's a powerful gathering.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So 20 years, we know that you rescued Tony Rodriguez, but you were 20 years. So that means I don't know how many beings or humans you have rescued in 20
years. Oh my God.
20 years.
I don't know how many, but it's a few.
A lot.
A lot. Excuse me. Translation, a lot. And it was humans and beings, different beings, aquatic beings, hybrid, and a lot of humans, and in different dimension timelines. And my team was trained with different spaces in my team with different abilities. Each beings on my team, my squad, was a particularity abilities. Together we have a powerful team, because each beings have some special from another beings. This is a power,
Jean Charles, that's just so incredible. I mean, I know that your story is 100% true, but for the regular people living on this prison planet with this closed mind,
yes,
it's very now we're starting to understand about the 20 and back program. We know gradually, but now you are with this team, not human, not Earth Alliance, but you are with all these other beings, not humans.
No human. There are human too, but my team was. I was the chief of my team.
You had
like a Hello, the series Hello. It's the same thing. We have a space suit, like organic space suit, like exoskeleton with different abilities inside because it's intelligent, you know. It stick to your skin. It's like your other skin. And we have the food replicator, and we have a room inside the spaceship, the Solaris. And in this room, there is a teeny med bed. You can program it, and you can spend 8 minutes, and it's equal 8 hours of sleeping.
Yeah, thank you. I remember that from the interview. But you know, we see these pictures from Elena's illustrations. So now we have the ideas of all these you know, aliens, and not just reptilians and greys, many, but you're used to them because you were surrounded by them.
Yes, very kind with me, and no aggressivity. Everything work with love.
So it's not 20 years, you said more than 20 years. In your training when you were age 12 or 13, I think you 13. Said 7 years of training.
Yeah, exactly.
And the age 4, how long were you in space when you were at...
I don't remember how long, but I guess it was a lot of years, not hours, or it was
2
because
or 3.
The time was stopped. For my parents, he spent really 1 hour. They searched me everywhere, 1 hour.
Yeah.
And after that, when I reappear, it wasn't 1 hour for me. It was very long, because I have the time to do a lot of things, work in the space. And, you know, it's when you understand what's happened in space during the time you spend, it's logical.
But at least it's not your body that's experienced, that not physical. No, you had another body, which is Luca. And
yes, I was changed into body of Luca, but very important, my friend, to clarify. When I came back to the body of Jean Charles, they keep the abilities in the body of Jean Charles. I keep my abilities.
Because it's the same soul, at least.
Exactly.
That's very important. Wow, so you experienced at least two beings, Luca and Jean Charles. One soul, but 2. And at the moment, Luca is up in the space. In the, how do you call it? Cryo cylinder?
Cryo cylinder, like cryogenic, you know. It is sleeping. The body of Luca is sleeping.
Wow, so it sounds a little bit like the beings on the ark that are sleeping. Is it
exactly like the same thing?
Wow. So that means, sorry to jump, but all those beings on the ark that are sleeping.
Exactly, and they wait to awake.
In there. No soul. So somebody's soul is going to go in there, you mean?
Like a closet, you know, like a closet. They wait something inside.
But I mean, there's going to be a real soul. Maybe somebody on the planet Earth.
Yes, Earth or another world.
Oh, another world.
Yes.
So wow, this is just so interesting. A phenomenon.
Yes.
I mean, sorry, I shouldn't laugh because, you know, for you, it must be very emotional, and it must be so difficult for you to experience that, you know, and nobody understands. It's very difficult. You must be a little bit lonely because you cannot kind of really share your experience with others because nobody can understand what you went through. We're listening to your story and say, wow, but we haven't experienced it. So we cannot understand, you know.
Except my parents, they protect my secret, and he was the only person I at this moment I can share because they live the same experience with me, you know. When my blood was green, there was witness of that because my mother cleaned my pillow, you know.
Yeah. Of course, we understand that you're telling the truth, and we try to understand what you went through. But, you know, it's different from really experience. You know, if you lose your loved ones, you don't understand the deep sadness unless you lose yours. person, in your life. So it's all about experiences. But at least you have Melanie that has
Yes,
a very similar experience. So that's the reason why you're always so close to each other and you really want to be together, because it's like parts of you, I think.
exactly. Because when I was Luca, my wife was Lyra, and Lyra is the extension of Melanie.
Wow. So she's just same. She has a body.
Exactly.
Wow. So, the universe has planned all this, that you can have at least Melanie, and Melanie have you, to at least kind of really, be together.
Exactly.
Otherwise, would have been very difficult, I think.
It's not easy because it's difficult to understand what we live, but we are strong together because we have the same way and the same memories, because she remember something inside in space with me, or the mission to rescue, and she remembers this. How many chance to remember this? And I love Melanie, like
Yeah. It's like,
I can describe this because it's a pure love,
of
It's
course, it's part of you.
our love follow
Yeah.
our past life.
Yeah. I understand. If I was you, I think I would be the same. It's just somebody who's very too precious. It's more than
Yes.
yourself. Oh, I understand. But many, very, very few people know about Melanie. So can you explain a little bit more about Melanie?
I prefer Melanie explain himself.
Okay.
Yeah, because she have some
I
different.
know that she's up there. I remember that she's, she has another body up there,
Exactly.
That's what I remember. And I know that she was helping these hybrid children's. But somebody who went to G6, I have three friends who are my followers, who went from all the way from Japan to G6. The lady in kimono, she's my friend. And there's another lady who had glasses on and she went, and Akiko, and she told me about, Melanie's presentation, and it brought many people to tears, and some people started that experience. And Akiko said it was very emotional, very emotional.
Yes, because when the first Tony explained what he lived in the different houses, and it was treason and a bad thing. He lived a bad thing. And after that, it was Melanie on the stage. And at this moment, Tony don't know what is a presentation of Melanie. And it was the first time for Melanie to explain. And when she starts, my friend, to speak about what she lived, it was the same thing of Tony, but in a side of woman. Everybody was crying because he was speechless. He cried on the arm of Danny and say, "Oh my God, I'm shocking because she don't know my presentation," and she described the same thing, the same smell, the same little boy with the different clothes, the same dark room, the same, it was amazing, because this is the proof they live the same thing, but in the side of this a woman and in the side of man. And for the first time on the world, it's very hard for a woman to describe what she lived, with a baby, with a pregnancy, with the ovule, and it's the horror they live the horror inside. And they share the same information, and every people on this conference was speechless, and everybody crying, me too, and Elena too, and we were, oh my God, this is hard stuff she share with the people for the first time. Imagine, for the first time in English, she share something very personal about his life. And wow, it was incredible, incredible.
Very brave. She's very courageous.
Oh, yes, very brave,
Yes.
very brave.
Yeah, wow. But Melanie, she's like you said, like Luca. So your experience is always on the Galactic Federation side, the light side, the
Yes,
regular
the
people.
light side.
Yeah.
Each time.
Not like Tony Rodriguez. It's complete.
No.
Because you're
My
risking
God,
your life.
Tony was
But
on the dark side for.
Yeah,
I'm
but you
so.
had at least med bed in your room, You were risking
Yes,
life, but
yes,
you were comfortable when you got back. But
yes.
not Tony. He was a slave, and it's
Charlie. My name was Charlie because my nickname when I was young, my friend on the school called me not Jean Charles, but they call me Charlie. And Tony said to his mother, a friend came into a portal into my room, and she'd say, "Oh, it's your imaginary friend." No, her name is Charlie, and I say, "What?" And he's French.
Yeah, I remember that. But you said Melanie went similar experience like Tony Rodriguez, but
Exactly.
Was she abducted on the dark side, or was she like
she was on the dark side, but she was rescued by the good,
like Elena?
Exactly, like Elena.
But she was. How long was she on the dark side, and how long she was on the light?
She can explain better than me, but after she passed through the good side, she take care of the children rescue.
Because she had the same experience.
Exactly. But when I was young Luca, little mini Luca, I was with mini Lyra, and we were friends together. And after that, we are separate because she come with his family in space, and I lost her. And I grow, and after, when I was adult, we are together again on the mission, and we are together for the rest of our life because we married together in space, Lyra and Luca, and we had a daughter.
Oh, I see. So Luca and Lyra got married.
Exactly.
And you have an alien child.
Exactly.
And who's taking care of? Oh, who? Because she's sleeping. But the time is different. You mean Lyra and Luca is in this cylinder, sleeping.
Exactly.
The child is also sleeping?
A child?
Yeah, you said.
Yes, I guess I have a child in space with Melanie too. Yes.
But Melanie's Lyra is because only one soul. So when Melanie is in here, the soul is not in Lyra. So Lyra is
this is an interesting point of view, because for me, I'm in stasis, but there is a different timeline, and when we spoke together, maybe in another timeline, I continue my work. This is I know it's very difficult to understand, but I know you understand what I mean, because
so you like us to split souls?
Not to split soul, but replicant.
Different type.
I guess. Yes, because some people recognize me at different place at the same time, but I wasn't at this place, and they hug me and touch me. So maybe there is a different timeline cross with Mandela effect. There is some people play like the CERN in Switzerland. They play God, to God, and they displace from a timeline. There is a lot of, multiverse.
Yeah. Well, that's very difficult. I mean, I can, everything is possible, and everything is possible. So I don't deny that's very possible, but that's a very difficult topic to think about. At least I was able to digest about Tony saying that the 20 years when he was 20 and back. So if he was abducted at the age of, how old? He said he was about 9 or 10 or?
I guess it was 10.
and or something. So
Oh,
to
yeah.
age like 20 years, so to age 30 years old, 20 years, his life here was very difficult, he said. And after 20 years, when he recovered all his soul, he became very perfect and he was able to marry. But 20 years, the soul was a bit split, he said. Part of his soul was in the space.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
And on the planet Earth, he was living the same time, timeline. And that 20 years, it was terrible for him because he didn't have the 100% of his soul. So that's a bit different from your story. So everybody has a bit different experience, and
Yes.
and everything is possible.
We have a different ones, and we have some detail identical of what we live, like Sarah's Colony. When he made this book, Sarah's Colony, 9 months before I released my documentary, Stars of Revelation, and I spoke about mission rescue of slave in Sarah's Colony. And at this moment, I don't know he will write the book with this detail 9 months after. So imagine everything to corroborate.
Yes. But your story is just, wow, when you think about Luca and Lyra not sleeping in status condition, but they might be working at the same time in different dimension or whatever. Wow.
And we are linked together, and sometimes, like a déjà vu, I do something and I lost in fraction of second, and I saw something, but through another eyes.
Oh, I
like
see.
like I am connected with my another
Luca.
body.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it don't sleeping.
Wow, that must be difficult.
Yes.
Very.
Sometimes, not every time, but it was like this, and okay, and
wow, it's a bit confusing.
a little bit.
People might think you're a bit mentally ill,
No.
No, because we all know you, but
Yes.
they hear your story for the first time.
Oh, yes, I understand. I understand, and I understand what people can say. Oh my God, this guy is crazy. But each time I explain, I have the chance because I have a witnesses, I have a scientific proof, I have photograph, and I have, but somebody can testimony because they live with me 35 years before with me, like my parents. I'm lucky because my parents is alive again, and they can testimony everything they live since I was born.
And you have David Russo as well.
Yes, my dear friend and brother David Russo had the same experience, the same name of the spaceship, the same school in space. So, and at this moment we don't know each other. So it's an incredible experience.
That's a very strong testimony of David.
Oh my God, yes. Michael was speechless because it was the first time he met two guys with the same story, but they don't know each other.
Does David Russo have similar story like you? He has another body?
Yes, not another body, with the body of David Russo.
Only. Oh, so
only. Yes.
Okay. Wow. But I think Tony Rodriguez said there's like how many slaves? Thousands? No, millions? No, thousands. Many human slaves in.
Yes. I don't remember the number, but I guess you're right.
So many people went through all these experiences, and I think somebody, maybe Dr. Michael Sara or Elena or you, said like 4,000 secret space programs, experiences, French secret space programs are waiting to testify the experience. 4,000?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and now it's very hard to disclose the sexual space program because there is a intelligent artificial now, there is a lot of visual special effects. So you can tricky, and people say, oh, it's a Photoshop or it's a video editing, and it's easy. And the deep state is very ha ha ha. It's laughed because it's a nobody can prove now because the computer can replicate what you want with a Midjourney or another software, So,
Wow. But it's, I think this disclosure is happening already.
oh, yes.
You are one of the disclosure. You are. You're the part of the disclosure, and it's happening.
I guess.
So, you're going to be very busy from now.
Oh, yeah, yes, but it's for humanity. So I'm busy, but I busy with love,
Yes,
because the love is a key.
And so you're going to come to Japan in November. Thank you very much. And do you feel that something might happen when you come?
Yes, because first of all, there is a few months ago and years, I know I'm connected with the Japan, and I know at this moment there is a lot of things happen, with the nature, the typhoon and the earthquake, and something happened. I think the Japan rise like a phoenix, and it will be the center of the disclosure into the world. Because the Japanese people, in some legend, say they came from the stars. So for me, something very big will happen. And this year, in the years of the dragon, and I feel inside of me, it's personal. My feeling is something will happen.
Wow.
I'm sure about that.
Something maybe in November and October, because you have this G6 in October, and that's going to be big. With the you might go on the stage, right?
Exactly.
Wow. I want to be there, but I have a very important interview in that week, so I cannot go. But so you're going to have a great experience in October and November.
Yes, November.
I was wondering, you went to not just Mount Fuji, but you have been to many arcs, sometimes with Elena.
Mm-hmm.
How many arcs have you been to, teleported?
Antarctica.
Antarctica, yes.
Tibet.
Tibet, yes.
Mauna Kea in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Mount Fuji. The other mountain was Mount Kalash. Mount Kalash. Egypt, under the Sphinx.
Yeah. But under the Sphinx, you went like at the age of 6 or 7, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, I was 7, I guess, because it's a very long time. But I remember I draw my drawing. My friend Tony, my friend Michael used my drawing into his book.
Yes. Sorry. So you went there at the age of 6, but not since then, no? Only when you were at age 6.
I was 7 when I was in the Mount Fuji.
Oh, okay, right. Wow.
When I met Utsu.
Oh, yeah. That's why she called you again.
Oh, yes. It's another part of my, I have a many interaction with another life. But the first is Luca, Jean Charles, and Mount Fuji as Oshi. Oshi mean stars in English.
Sorry. So Hoshi is some different being?
Oshi was my past life. I remember my past life, It's a past life like a lot of people have a past life. You, me, Elena, But strangely, I had a past life, but in connection in Mount Fuji. Due to my blood is a part of Japanese too. So imagine I have my DNA connected with some very important things into the Mount Fuji.
So what era was that when you were Hoshi? What year? Which century? 17th century or?
When I was Hoshi, the date was 17. Sorry.
17th century, like 16 something, 1650, like that's Edo period.
Edo period.
Edo
Yeah.
period. So you were samurai. Is that when
Ninja.
in Sendai? You
Ninja.
Yeah, you said you were in Sendai.
And Sendai. Yes.
So
Sendai.
when you were in Sendai, you were ninja. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Not samurai, ninja.
No, ninja.
And Melanie,
Melanie, she was very attracted by Japan too, but we don't know if she had a past life in Japan. But we guess that it's possible because we remember something in Atlantid, remember something in space, and in the Second World War II together at the Jewish period with with the war in France. We were together too, and we were married too, and she lost me too.
Oh, you died.
Yeah, I died. Not her. I died. I was taken by the German, and I was put into gas chambers,
Really?
and yes,
you were Jewish?
yes,
Wow.
yes, and we had a daughter together, and we are prisoner in a camp, and she remember everything, and she writes this in a little diary.
Wow.
A few years before she met me.
Wow. Wow, that's
Oh yes, it's we have a lot of experiences together, my friend.
And
it's unbelievable.
You remember you were in Atlantis.
Yes, too.
But you don't know Elena at that time.
No. But when I was in France, I remember share this with Elena because Elena worked to the museum of the big museum in France.
At Louvre?
Louvre, yeah. And at this moment, we have the same age with Elena. I was attracted by the room of Greek. And she tell me, oh, which date? And I say, approximately. And this is the date when I was student for archaeological.
Oh,
and maybe I cross her. We don't know. But we were at the same place in France at the same moment, each time.
Wow.
So, the world is teeny, yeah? The world is teeny, yeah? So
tiny.
We have the chance to recognize each other, and I say, why not? I say my friend, my close friend now is a friend I had in a past life. I'm sure about that because when we feel the connection beyond the imagination, it's because it's a reconnection and not a connection, reconnection.
Yeah. And you're doing all these missions, not just with Melanie, but with Elena as well.
Oh, yes. We have a lot of experience together and the corroboration, like teleportation.
It's like a mission that they chose for both of you to do it together, right? And
we have the same memories about the food replicator in Excelsior and the same story. Because at this moment, we don't know each other.
Jean Charles, sorry to jump, but soon we're going to have this food replicator on this planet Earth. So you really think that we're not going to have any shortages because we're going to have this replicator. So we can have anything we want.
Yes, but in space, it's a different, like they want to print a food here. It's not the same thing. It's not the footprint here. The footprint here is not the same food replicator. In space, we have a big cafeteria. When we take you put your hand on the screen, it detects what you need from nutriments, and you choose what you want. But it tastes the same thing. it smells the same thing, but it's not what you get. It's like baby food, you know, for the nutriments, because it's more it's better for you, for your body, you know, to for the digestion. And if you go to a mission, you don't want to be loud. You must be you know, very not heavy.
Yeah.
So this is like baby food, and it tastes the same thing. It's incredible. It's instantly on the plate.
Wow.
And we have a space room for a sport room to training, but there's nothing. It's a holographic, and the holographic, you can you have a timer, and you can change the density, and it's very realistic, and it appear like a real pound.
Wow.
Oh, there is a lot of things in space, you know. You have the shop, there is a mini teleportation. You put your feet under the ground, and it glow, and you disappear, because the spaceship is very, 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 very big, you know. There is a landscape with a mountain, with the water. There is a lot of things like Earth, but in a spaceship. You can spend a lot of hours or days, and you are not at the end of the spaceship. Waterfall and a lot of things. So it's amazing.
Which do you like? There, up there, or here? Which do you like?
There.
You prefer up there? The nature?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's like true nature? Wow. Then it's because I like
because up there it's easy.
Okay.
So it's not complicated. Nobody judge nobody.
Oh, I see.
You met some creature with a big eyes, and you don't look like, oh my God, what's the face? It's normal, you know?
Wow.
Nobody judge nobody.
So in planet Earth, when we travel and when we see beautiful places, beautiful scenery, you have, you know, wow, and you're so happy to be there. So in the space, the same thing. You have beautiful waterfall and beautiful forest, and you're very impressed.
Yes, because they imagine they love some place on Earth, and they can replicate in teeny the same thing, like Japan, like a waterfall, like a forest, like a aquatic.
Yeah.
And there is different worlds.
Why and like that.
Exactly.
They have a beach that you can enjoy swimming in the ocean.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Everything is inside. It is a big spaceship. It's like a, you know, it's like a world floating on space. Mother spaceship.
Well, so many things in just 1 hour. Now, 45 minutes interview.
No problem. There is a big gardens with the different species of plant, different birds. There is a different species disappear on Earth, and they live into the different environments in space, because they are
cats
safe.
And dogs and birds and squirrels and deer, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The aquatic beings had their own environments because they swim. They can get out on the oxygen, but after that, they live into a mini ocean inside.
Wow. So, Jean-Charles, you're working so hard for us to be able to move into that kind of world. You believe that planet Earth would be able to be like that soon?
Yes. I guess the people, the humanity is rise, and you know, we live 3 years of darkness, but during these 3 years there is a lot of people awaken.
So that was used to wake up people.
Exactly.
Wow. So, and Jean-Charles, do you think in about which year that this would kind of really end?
I would like, but you know, there is the darkness have a power of money, and unfortunately, the the stronger of the money is, this is the thing they can do everything they do. But the power of humanity is more stronger than the money.
Yes.
So I guess there is some things that can stop the awaken of humanity.
Wow.
Because a lot of people awaken and believe we are not alone. And now the deep state can do nothing against this because this is the love. And during these 3 years of darkness, there is a people help another people, and like this, community of people help another people, and it was a strong things happen during these 3 years. There is people lost, there is people die, there is people, but there is a many people awaken another people like a chain reaction.
Yeah. I noticed that, That's so interesting. So we're going to enter into a beautiful world soon. And you and Melanie is going to be very busy talking about all your experiences. And
Yes.
there's more that's coming out like you, I think. Yeah. So thank you very much. So this is the interview for today, Jean Charles.
Thank you to you.
So that's all. So it's going to be very exciting. Okay.
Yes, me too.
Okay,
Me too.
thank you. And that's all. And we keep in touch. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to close. Bye.
Yes, bye. And it was like a signature, my DNA signature. And after that, she gave me a suit with an emblem, a winged horse like a Pegasus. My services begin at this time. And I go to the Solaris again, but for the mission.
メラニーもいました。この宇宙で。メラニーは子供たちをリハビリするというミッションについていました。私はスーパーソルジャーで、私の中はスーパースターシードで特別な能力も私は持ってたんです。
The ark, there are many arcs on Earth, and
地球上にはたくさんのアークがあります。去年、ジョン・シャーズと私はテレポーテーションしたんです。2人で突然東京にテレポーテーションしました。で、次の日に
ジョン・シャールズ to remember last night. He said,
ジョン・
yes.
シャーズに連絡して昨晩起きたこと覚えてるって聞いたら、ジョン・シャーズもそう覚えてるよって。
We're in Tokyo.
東京にお互いいたよね。
And say, where did you go
その後、
after? He said,
どこ
I
に
went
行
to
ったのっ
Mount Fuji.
てジョン・シャーズに聞いたら、ジョン・シャーズは富士山に行ったんだよと。
I was teleported to Mount Fujiyama.
私は東京から、富士山にテレポーテーションしたんだとジャン・シャールズが言いました。
It was bright. It was illuminate. Yes. Like imagine a light under my skin.
He's shown all these arcs because he can activate them.
彼はいつもね、こうしたアークを見せてもらえるのはそういう DNA を持ってて、それを活動開始できるから。
And he's also shown these arcs because he can speak about them.
それをまた彼が話す役割を担っているから。